What's up, everybody? Wanted to put together a quick video about my new single. It's been a long time coming. I have been working with Messiah Music for a minute, trying to make this record as much as what I want it to be and what I want it to represent. So before I get into the single's called U68. It's out today. Today is Friday, March 12th, and please go check it out. But before I even get into the single itself, you guys could see I'm trying to do more stuff, more content on YouTube. Please do me a favor, subscribe if you haven't already. If you are subscribed, hit the bell. I guess that gives you an alert of some sort, or like keeps you from getting buried. So please do that. I'm planning a lot of other things for the label in general, but also for the label YouTube. Some things, might be skippable for you. Some things might be really interesting, but I'm just trying to keep things entertaining here at YouTube, and really build our channel. So please subscribe, suggest it, share videos, all that kind of stuff. It really, really helps. Also, leave a comment below if you've heard the single. It's called U68. If you've heard it, what you think of it, all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, today the single was released. It's called U68. I'll get into what that means and all that in a minute. It is available on Spotify. Please go and follow me, Uncommon NASA, if you haven't already, on Spotify, so you get alerts on other singles and the album when it drops. Share the single, edit the playlist, all the stuff that people tell you to do. Like, they do that because it matters. So please do that. It's also available on Bandcamp. It's a free, pay what you want sort of single on Bandcamp. So if you like to just have your downloads on your own, you don't like streaming services, it's there for you. Our singles at Uncommon Records are free for download. Albums, obviously, there's a charge, and then we do merch and all the other good stuff with vinyl. So I'll get into that too. But if you do end up downloading it on vinyl, if you do end up downloading it on Bandcamp, please spread the word about it. Pay that forward, and enjoy the single. So in terms of the single itself, it's called U68, and as I said, it's produced by Messiah Music. I did some playing here and there on a couple of tracks on the record. The album is called Only Child. It's going to be out during the summertime of this year, 2021, and I did some playing on some different things. There are no cameos on the album, I could say that. The album's been mastered. We've spent a lot of time working on the layout and the artwork, myself and Jazz Pants, just really trying to present something that is worthy of your time, really, to be honest. And so the first single I did some playing on. So there's some keys and some pianos. Probably one of the two songs I played the most on. But Messiah Music obviously is the producer of the track, and did an amazing job giving me a palette, not just to play whatever little stuff I played on it, but to write this song over it. And U68 is basically a music video television station that was in the New York City area for what seemed like several years as a kid. But time moves a lot slower than what I realized when I did the research. Is this channel was really only on for about a year, maybe even a little less, possibly a little more, but about a year. And essentially, this is in prehistoric times, where there was no cable TV, at least not for me and my family, and really not for many families by this time. This is the early '80s, and you had your click on your TV. I don't even think we had a remote on the TV that I was watching this early on. You're talking about 1985. So it was click, click, click. And there was a very little used dial on top of your main dial that would take you to the U-band, which, sort of was made into, I guess UHF is the name of like the Weird Al movie that is kind of like a cult classic. I've actually never seen it, but it's sort of about, from what I understand, like the sort of more wacky channels that were up on the U-band, that were away from the networks and your PBS station, which was on the main band. Anyway, U68 was basically a local music video channel. All they did was play music videos, and it completely changed the course of my life, because at age 6 or so, I'm sitting in front of the TV and I'm getting exposed to everything from, you know, the hip-hop classics that really guided me, you know, stuff from the Fat Boys, Run DMC, Houdini, UTFO, those kind of groups, all the way to an eclectic mix of other kinds of music. I can remember seeing, you know, I mean, I remember when, dating myself here, but I remember when the Aha video that, like, is mimicked and memed on YouTube a lot, like, I remember when that came out. Like, that was a new video on this channel. And, you know, that kind of stuff. Tears for Fears was a huge influence. You can hear that on the song. Obviously, that's an ode to them. It's an ode to, like, emotional experiences I had with music at a young age. You know, even groups like Hall and Oates? Those guys, Man-Eater, like those kinds of songs. But, you know, as a kid, you don't really know, like, I can remember seeing, like, David Bowie and Mick Jagger's song on there, you know, like, all that kind of stuff. Like, as a kid, you don't realize, like, you don't have, like, your own stigmas about genres and your own histories. You're just a sponge. And, like, that's sort of what this song is about, is just being young enough that I'm just sponging off of and growing off of the music. And I guess that kind of gets into, you know, the album itself. You know, Only Child is coming in the summertime. The vinyl is being pressed as we speak. It's in a machine somewhere, I guess. It's going to be really dope. I'm not going to reveal too much about the details about the vinyl, except to say that, like, all the lyrics will be included in the inner sleeve in an interesting way, a creative way. And I'll reveal more about that, you know, the work that Jazz Pants has put in and all that kind of stuff soon. But the album itself is a record that, you know, I've done, like, a couple of retrospective records, like Near Telephone or City of School. This record sort of predates, you know, my arrival in Greater New York City, on Staten Island. I don't get into it that much because it's not that important, but, like, I was born on Long Island, and when my family was, well, when I was about 6 years old, my family moved. And so my early glintering memories are Long Island. And in a way, it kind of, like, exposed me at an early age to a way of life that wasn't as urbanized as what the rest of my life became, what I sought in my life. And it gave me, like, this peak of, like, you know, I mean, we had a very meager home out there. You know, as the title states, I'm an only child, so there's only the three of us out there. And, you know, just growing up in a lifestyle where, like, you know, there's, like, frogs and snakes in the backyard and, like, woods across the street and you know, just open areas. I grew up in an area called Patchogue. I shouldn't say I grew up, because I really didn't grow up there. I left I was like 5.5 or 6 years old, but I was born and, like, was originated in Patchogue. And Patchogue has had its ups and downs as a community. I couldn't tell you exactly, you know, even to this day, as a grown man, I couldn't even tell you if that's, like, a desirable place to live for anyone or not. I just know what I experienced as a small kid. And I wouldn't say that that's what this whole album is focused on. This album's focused on a lot of things, and I'll probably get into that in depth, maybe on another video if people want to see it. But that's what this song gets into, and a couple of other songs on the record get into this too. You know, some of the other songs on the album follow me into New York City and into my preteen and teen years. But and some of them don't have to do with autobiographical stuff, but all kind of fit into the only child theme. So that's really what the record is. Hopefully, you know, if you guys are looking forward to it, please give a like to this video, leave a comment about you know, the single, what you think of it. You know, there's going to be a couple of singles on Spotify before this record comes out. We did that with White Horse. And as a label, I think we're gonna do it again with my record that way. And in this case, not with U68. The instrumental is on the single that's gonna stream and be kind of distributed on Bandcamp. But some of the future singles that come out before the album drops will have like exclusive B-sides, like non-album tracks and stuff like that, all produced by Messiah Music. And that's all I really have to say on that. Again, thank you guys for listening. Hopefully I haven't gone too long about one song, but I'll play a little bit of it here, let you guys check it out. I'll link Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp down below. Please go and click it. Check out the single. Get ready for Only Child. Get ready for everything else that we've got coming on Uncommon Records. Subscribe to this channel. Share this video. Do all those things. It's not easy for any like content creator or person to like beg for likes and shares, but you know, I wouldn't do it unless it actually meant something. And it does help spread the word. So please do that and enjoy the tunes. Peace, y'all.
This whole thing seems familiar, like I'm singing on that sewer grate again. Just above the frogs caught in coffee cans, that's my dad. Confidence as I sang. It was the future of the man, snakehead snap from steel hands. Hayes dad, two plastic fans, drastic tans. Never beat son, skin tone too fair. This is all before.